What's going on, everybody? Good evening, afternoon, wherever you are around the world. It is Tuesday. You know what that means. It is now time for another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. What's going on, everyone? It is Tuesday, October the 22nd, 2024. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's been nice out here. The weather's been nice, like 70 something degrees on an October. Does not feel normal, but I'll take it. I'll appreciate it for what it is. As always, I'm Steve, and I am not alone here. I am not alone. I'm here joined by the good brother, the former two-time ATP UK champion, Detroit's favorite son, the pride of Detroit, the one, the only part-time Big Mike. What's going on, brother? Hold up. There you go.
What's going on? Let me fix my
How you been, buddy? How you been?
Crazy right now.
You're telling me. How you been, though, brother?
I've been all right. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you can tell, right? I need a cut, as you can see. Yeah, I'm in. Ooh.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, bro. You look like shit right now.
Nah, I'm good though. So I don't know if you noticed or not, but
Friday too.
Me and the boys, so they said I can't shave this off until like December, so I'm growing it out. Let's see how long
you doing early no shave November.
I mean, to give you an update.
Oh, Steve, you gonna look like a fucking. This shit's gonna get weird.
I'm gonna look like Hector, bro. I'm gonna like the landscape. I'm gonna like the landscape worker, bro. You know what I mean? But
weird, bro, I don't know. I ain't never seen you with no facial hair before.
It's rare that I do. It's rare that I have any. In my family, like none of us, no matter what I eat, nothing happens. Nothing grows out. What's going on, Anthony? How are you? My prediction for the Roman Reigns side of the bloodline is going to be Jimmy, Jey Uso, and Zilla Fatu. I don't know about Zilla. I pumped the brakes on Zilla.
Yeah, no.
There's a chance Zilla, I said this before and I'll say it again. Should Zilla ever make the move to WWE? You know that meme, Mike? I'm sure you've seen the meme of Triple H, time to play the game. And he's doing this, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be presented the Tuesday show. He's going to be on the Tuesday show, feuding with Javon Evans, feuding with Obafemi.
Yeah, he needs just a little bit more work than Jacob.
And all that fun stuff. But if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media with all your friends out there. If you want to become an ATP channel member, it's only $2.99 a month, completely optional, but it'll be appreciated if you do. Hit the join button, or if not, if you don't see the join button, maybe you're on a mobile device. Somewhere in the description box of the YouTube stream, you will see a link that can direct you to the button, and you can join from there too. You get all these perks that you see. Again, completely optional, but it is appreciated if you do so. If you want to leave a super chat as well, also appreciated. Optional, but appreciated once again. But that being said, Mike, before we get into the Raw review, because I'll be honest, I thought Raw was solid. A very, very solid show. Better than last week. I think they're still, it was taped, but nevertheless, they're still getting adjusted to the 2-hour format. And I feel like, again, I thought last night's show was a very, very solid show. I thought the ending of it, I'm happy as all hell. My guy, Bron Breakker, my people, bro, are champions right now, bro.
Yeah.
Bron Breakker, 2-time Intercontinental champion. And, of course, I thought I forgot the beautiful, gorgeous Candice LeRae, the first woman speed champion, bro. Well, and, of course, we're joined here by one of our investors, the one, the only Mr. Paul Levesque, Triple H. Good sir, how are you?
I'm not doing good, Steve. Because
allergy season, what's going on? Allergy season?
No, Steve.
Parlays?
No. It was a Raw rundown last week.
Well, Mr. Levesque, sir, being that, it was a taped show, we felt like,
I don't care. I expect a Raw rundown every single week. And if you don't give me a Raw rundown, I expect a SmackDown takedown.
Well,
and it doesn't help when your co-host over here is saying I didn't even watch last week.
Oh man, damn, Mike, you hear that, Mike? You hear that?
Yeah, I keep letting Paul down lately, man. I don't like it, Mr. Levesque.
I made you one of my top picks, and this is what you're doing. You know, you had no problem talking about Dynamite, but yet it's funny to me how you just keep disappointing me every single time. Every single time,
I'm not
Steve.
even on the Dynamite reviews.
No,
anymore.
I'm talking about Steve. I'm talking about Steve.
Okay.
He keeps disappointing me every single time. Like a child. You think that, oh, they just made that one mistake. They'll never do it again. Every time. Mistake after mistake after mistake. What do I have to do, Steve, to make you understand? Every week has to be in review for WWE television. Not when you feel like it. Not, oh, well, I don't like doing the shows by myself. No. I want to review every week. How am I going to get better if you don't review the show, Steve?
I'm sorry, Mr. Levesque. My apologies. I did not mean to let.
That did not sound sincere. That sounded like some bullshit apology that you would give to Tony. I'm not Tony. I'm Triple fucking H.
The legend, the Hall of Famer. I know. My apologies, Mr. Levesque. My sincerest apologies. I'll endeavor myself to do better.
That was not cute, Steve, what you did there with the word endeavor. Not cute at all. I'm not happy.
Well, I will do better next time, okay? I'll do better. But outside of that, Mr. Levesque, we're looking forward to Crown Jewel coming up real soon. There is Halloween Havoc as well happening this Sunday.
Are you reviewing that, Halloween Havoc, or are you too busy?
Nah, likely we'll probably cover it on Kitchen. We'll cover it on Steve's Kitchen.
Oh, great. I'm relegated to Kitchen. I'm relegated with all Tony's shows on Kitchen. That's great.
Well,
why do I even invest? Why do I even invest in you when you don't invest in yourself?
Oh, come on, Mr. Levesque. Adam Cole confirmed split with Adam Cole. What the? He split up with himself? I didn't know.
I wish you could confirm a split with AEW, but that's not happening anytime soon.
Well, never say never, Mr. Levesque. Jay actually has every reason to turn heel now. If you think about it, his own family feud between Roman and Solo cost him his first singles title reign when he was finally happy.
Yeah, a lot of twists and turns that can be going on, and it's going to be interesting to see what Jay does after losing the Intercontinental title. What's with these insider terms? Heel, babyface, like
I don't know.
What are we doing here, man? We don't have to act like we're smarter than the fifth grader here, man.
Outside of that, Mr. Levesque, have you won any parlays or NFL this past weekend? Or
no, I did not hit on any of the lays, as the kids would say. Did not hit on any.
No, today's opening, today's opening tip off for basketball. I'm sure the Miz is helping you out.
No, you know what? I don't even watch basketball, so I wouldn't put money on something I don't watch. I barely have time to watch the NFL. I just listen to the guys in the back. There's a thing, Steve. I didn't notice. There's a thing called fantasy. And I guess you draft players, and then these players get points for you, and you base other teams with other players. That's just actually insane to me. That's a thing.
It is. It actually is. I never got. To be fair, I never done fantasy before. I never done it. It's not. I've just never. Never done it before. Not even for soccer. Not even for soccer. You would have think, oh, the soccer guy here would do fantasy soccer, but no, not even. Triple H, the man, the myth, the legend, the president, and not going to push black people. I don't care what y'all say.
What does that even mean?
What do you got to say about that, Mr. Levesque?
What does that even mean, guys?
What do you mean, Mike?
I said I don't see color when it comes to these situations. Look, I push who is hot right now. I'm not pushing to push an agenda or say like, oh, look at this. No, I push who are the best talent.
Seems fair. Mike, anything you want to
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair assessment, but also if the talent's there, you got to at least give them a shot.
Name me a person I should be pushing right now, and I can name you a guy that's better than them right now.
Well, Chris Leclerc right here, Roxanne Perez.
Oh,
I mean, I think she has potential a long way to go, in my
yeah,
humble opinion.
yeah. I can't give you a person right now, but that's just an overall general statement. That's for any talent that's getting hot.
Chief writes here, Mr. Levesque. Mr. H, Lillian, long term, the voice sounds shot, to be honest.
Listen, it was our first week back. Look, we were all devastated to lose Samantha, but look, whatever she wants to do, good luck to her. That's all I really got to say. I don't want to answer any questions. I'm actually going to pull a vintage Tony Khan and say thanks for asking if you ask about her in the chat. But what I will say is, this is her first week back. Let it play out. Let her get better. Let her know these wrestlers and know these names. Come on, you guys are being ridiculous right now.
Come on. I asked JoJo to come back by Brandon Brown.
Look,
Uh,
JoJo, she's great. She has her kids, man. She has a lot of things on her plate.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying too. Roxanne is not NXT Women's Champ. Is NXT Women's Champion for 199 days by Chris Leclerc. Chief writes here, Mr. H. Why are you forcing Trash Legend down my throat? I mean, Lash.
Listen,
Really?
Lash is ever improving, and tonight,
I
I think
agree.
if you watch the match, you're gonna say, "Wow, she's really good." Oh, I don't push black people, but yet Lash Legend is getting pushed. That's absolutely insane, crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. But outside of that, Mr. Levesque, this Saturday is also UFC. Any predictions?
You know, that Taporia guy. I I didn't really know much about him. I know he beat Bulk, who was a long, strong champion for our brother company, uh, TKO, UFC. I mean, sorry, but yeah, didn't know much. And then I did some research, and I said, wow, this kid's good, really, really good. And I like Max all the way. But I think Taporia is going to get the win there.
Very likely so. I get the feeling. I get the feeling on that one also. Brandon Brown writes here. Lash is Shawn Michaels' girl. He pushed her, not you. But
Uh,
technically, she's on the main roster now. So
yeah,
technically,
yeah,
it's
technically, yeah.
under it's under Paul's supervision now. But
Yeah.
outside of that, Mr. Levesque, what else on your mind? What else do you want to discuss here? What else is
No. I'm just mad at you, Steve. That's it. That's
mad?
always on my mind with you. Is that I'm mad at you for not reviewing Raw last week and not even doing a SmackDown takedown.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Mr. Levesque. Once again, my apologies. Will not happen again. Will not happen again. Is that
Yeah.
right, Big Mike?
It won't happen again
You know,
at all.
I really feel like this is another empty Steve promise. You know,
Oh,
Steve, he'll say he'll do these things and then he doesn't do them.
it's gonna happen. You'll see. You'll see, Mr. Levesque. For sure.
Really. Big Mike, did Steve tell you that all the payments are going to his bank account?
Payments? What payments?
The ones that me and Tony pay him. It goes straight to Steve's bank account.
Well, I can't. Well, I can't really, even though he owes back pay, but I haven't been on here consistently to ask for pay. So
Well,
current
just
pay,
want to let you know, just in case you're wondering why there hasn't been any pay. There's a reason.
yeah. I mean, I've been keeping it in the back of my brain, but I'll give him some leeway until it comes up again. Once I
That
get more consistent,
interest is
then
going
I'm
to be
gonna be on
really
his
great,
ass. So.
Steve. It's like your credit card interest.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Hey, just do your job. Just review the shows that I ask you to review.
Man, for sure. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Or again,
Were you going to give me attitude? What were you going to say, Steve? Come on.
No.
Tell me what you were about to say right now.
No, nothing. What do you mean, Mr. Levesque? Come on now.
I don't know. Sound like you're about to give me attitude.
Nah. Come on now. I wouldn't do that. Come on now.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, very positive, Mr. Levesque. Me give you attitude? Come on. You're a legend.
Damn right I am. I'm not Tony where you can push around and make fun of. He claims to be one of you guys, which I don't know why he wants to be, but hey, fuck it.
Well, you know how Tony gets sometimes. Tony gets very emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Instead of improving his product,
I've woken up too many of times where Tony has texted my phone a couple times, and it's a bunch of BS, crying, whining, bunch of text messages. Like, no, I'm not talking about like 2 or 3. It's like 18. Wake up. And he's like, oh, why are you tampering? Why are you doing this? This is unfair, blah, blah, blah. Crying.
Oh, wow. We did not know this.
Yep. There's a scoop for you guys. All you little dirt sheet writers.
There you go. You heard the scoop first. And I hope all these dirt sheet writers are credit Around the Point Network when the news goes out that Tony Khan has been texting and contacting Triple H about tampering and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like drunk texting. You know when you drunk text a girl and you have like 18 messages to. I bet you've done that a lot of times, Steve. You confess to them, oh, I love you. And then afterwards you're like, whoops, I didn't mean it that way. And you keep sending a bunch of stuff. Then you send them an AI baby. Saying like
AI
what our baby could look
AI
like.
baby. Never that. Triple H, you want some ham hock, collard green, pig feet, potato salad without the raisins, watermelon, grape soda, or sweet tea? What?
That sounds very disgusting on a plate, but okay.
Ugh.
I mean, guys, I live in Greenwich. Like, I eat different food. Sorry.
Understandable, Mr. Levesque. Understandable. Outside of that, yeah, SmackDown is this Friday at the Barclays Center.
Yeah. You're gonna review it? Kind of open show.
We'll probably do a watch along or something. We'll see.
Watch along.
Maybe. Depends on who's available that day. If the gang's available.
So you can't review my show, but you can watch the show.
I mean, it balances out.
How about it's a watch along and review?
We'll see. It is possible. It's very possible. It's very
disappointed in you, Steve. Very disappointed.
I'm gonna put my 2 cents on that. If that does happen, I won't be there.
What?
I have a busy weekend. I'm sorry.
I didn't say it. Gangamania. Yeah, it's an ATP PLE soon. More. What else on your mind, Mr. Levesque?
No, I'm just wondering, are you going to commit to this, or do I have to pull out of the investment?
Bailey's big in Brooklyn, New York by Crystal. Oh, she is. I remember being.
There he is. There he goes, doing the same shit, ignoring the important questions.
I will.
You know what, Steve? I might talk to the lawyer soon. We might be out.
I will commit. What do you mean? I will commit, Mr. Levesque. Come on.
We might be out. My people call you your people, and until you show better commitment to what we do, it might be it.
Yank Dodgers Friday. Won't be tuning in live or going on to the show. Bigger things going on.
I mean, who cares about the Yankees versus Dodgers? I mean,
what?
Is it really that big of a matchup? Is it that important?
It's the World Series, Mr. Levesque. It's the World Series.
It's a matchup that hasn't happened in 43 years, Mr. Levesque. Come on.
43 years, yeah. And guess what? We're on 52 weeks a year.
You got the point there.
Yeah. I mean, but it's different matchups. I'm pretty sure it's matchups in the 52 weeks a year that hasn't happened in 43 years because of retirements and deaths and stuff like that. So,
you know what? I feel like this is my time to leave because you guys are just being ridiculous right now. Steve, you have 3 weeks to get your act together. If you don't get your act together in 3 weeks, this relationship is over.
No Diddy. You got it. I'll be watching, dog.
And he just makes a joke about it. He doesn't take it. I might have to call the lawyers tonight.
Oh, come on. Oh, man. We upset, man. Making the play right here. Dodgers in 6.
Yanks in 5.
I was going to say Yankees in 5 as well. Maybe 6.
Yankees in 5.
But Yankees will get it done. Yankees will get it done. Think about this, right?
They will lose game 1.
Most likely they will lose game 1.
But they will go on a tear the rest of the way.
Steve, get it together. ATB can't lose, Paul. I know. We'll get it together. What was I going to say? Outside of that, what was your overall takes on Monday Night Raw last night?
I thought the show was fine. Ending, I didn't expect it, but I expected Jay to have a short reign due to the ongoing story and the pickup of this illustrious storyline that has been going on for nearly almost 5 years.
Oh, sure, for sure. Also, before we get into everything, I'm meaning to ask you your thoughts on the whole Samantha Irvin situation.
Now, I only know the report. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know what's the reason.
So the update was, I think, from PW Insider and I think Wrestling Observer. I could be wrong on the outlets, but the word going out is that she wants to pursue a music career.
Again,
and also,
so she started out in music.
She also wants to spend more time with her family. She has a daughter, and being on the road is not allowing that. So she did let WWE know in advance this was going to happen. So WWE was aware of this. So they brought back Lillian Garcia to fill in. Now Lillian Garcia is the full-time ring announcer for Monday Night Raw now, once again. Now that you know all that, what was your initial thoughts when you heard the news?
I was like, oh shit, what did they do? I was like, what did they do to make her quit? Like, no, like, was it something internal that was like, she just couldn't take it? Because it just seemed like it was just a match made in heaven. She was one of the bright spots to this new boom in the company. And she's great at her job. It has grown, to be that. We thought she was going to be that next, long time voice.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like, to me, when I look back on Samantha Irvin, she, and I said this yesterday on Kitchen, she is easily, in just the short amount of time that she's been there, she has become one of the all-time great ring announcers in the history of pro wrestling. Like, to me, when I think of the all-time great, there's Howard Finkel, right? Some people will throw in there Tony Chimmel, right? Depends.
That's why I'm one of them.
You know what I mean? For me, I think Bobby Cruz from Ring of Honor, right?
I can't because I never watched it really like that.
That's fine. That's fine. Some people will have Dave Penzer in there. And I think also, and you got to have Samantha Irvin. She got to be in the discussion. And just a short amount of time. Her voice, just what she brought to every wrestler.
Yeah.
When their introduction.
Yeah.
Just that small little element of just reacting and just putting more like passion. When Chelsea Green comes out, she gave that Chelsea Green, right? Or when Luda Kaiser would come out. She would hype up every person, give them a nickname, like when Damian Priest was champion, right? El Campeon, right? And shit like that. You made it, bro. You made an impact when Michael Buffer goes on Twitter and is devastated by the news. That's when you know, like, yeah, you made it, bro.
Because didn't he give her props when she was
at WrestleMania?
Yeah, he gave her props, and then just out of the blue, well, not out of the blue for her, but out of the blue for us, she's just gone, and it's like, fuck, what do we do now?
I know people were having the assumption that she might go to AEW. Yeah. I mean, you never say never. It's possible.
It's possible, and it'll be a great pickup for them, honestly.
I'm sorry. Look, if they sign her, I'm sorry, and I love Justin Roberts.
Yeah,
but brother, you're taking the back seat, bro. I hate to break it to y'all. I hate to break it. And also, you know what?
Just be on pay-per-views.
And you know what? I'll throw Justin Roberts in there too. He's also in that discussion of ring announcers. You know. But that being said, it's crazy to think that it happened, right? I did not really expect it. There's some people who did, like, and Ricochet left, like, no, I thought, honestly, did not see it coming. But outside of that, I thought Raw was a solid show. I thought the main event match, I thought it was good. Not as good as the match from a couple weeks ago when Jay won the title.
Mm-hmm.
But you just knew what was going to happen, what were going to be the ramifications of Jey Uso going to SmackDown, confronting his brother Solo. What was going to be the punishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it. And now this is what people were kind of hoping for, because now this gives Jey Uso the reason to now reunite with the OG bloodline, right? Of Jimmy Uso, of Roman Reigns, real soon, real soon, Sammy and maybe Paul Heyman.
The Sammy one should be a real surprise.
I think, honestly, bro, the day Sammy reunite, you know how we say, when Roman and Jimmy hugged at the end of Bad Blood, that got a big reaction in the crowd, right?
Yeah.
The day people were saying, the day Jay and Roman hug after what the fuck they've been through, we saw what they did in Detroit, right? Even though they kind of left us, the unsatisfying tribal combat, but that's no here or there, right?
Right.
But the day that happens, it's gonna get a big. Nah, I honestly feel the day that Sami Zayn reunites with the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that handshake and all that stuff, that's when the roof goes off the building, bro.
Yep.
I
agree with you. I totally agree with you. For sure.
Because for a long time, right? People were like, they were saying, he's not one of us, and then eventually they embraced him, right? Dude. It's only right.
And now that I have it in I got it right here. I bought this damn shirt because of that. God damn it. Hold on.
Well, the lighting is.
I got you. Hold on.
Okay,
Give me a sec.
I'll gonna put you on the big screen once you show the shirt.
I got this damn shirt because of that.
Here.
And it's not dirty. It was just folded up.
No, I just want to see the details on the shirt. Hold it still. Hold
on.
Okay, so I see Roman, I see Jimmy, I see Jay, I see Solo, Heyman,
and then
in the
corner part. Yeah, in the corner, Sammy. Let me unfold it a little bit.
Now I see Sammy. Now I see Sami Zayn.
The Island of Relevancy. This shirt, and then literally the next PLE, they break up.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. Exactly. But the show opened up with the brawl, bro. It opened up with the brawl, and here joining us as well, Chase. What's going on, Chase?
Nothing much, Steve. I just got subpoena papers from Triple H. He's suing us.
Oh shit!
Oh, he put the things in. He works.
What you do?
God.
Well, he's not happy that I didn't. We didn't do a Raw rundown last week.
Oh my God, Steve!
And I didn't do a SmackDown takedown.
I already helped you out with Tony. I can't help you with Triple H, bro. I don't have those resources.
It's crazy, bro.
These are different lawyers. They're just you're in the mud.
I know. We'll figure this out. But what was your overall thoughts, Chase, on Raw last night?
It was passable. It was okay.
For sure. For sure. We talked about, again, the Steve, you a bad person. I'm not a bad person. Come on, Chris. I'm a bad person. Come on. But the show started with a brawl between Rollins and Bronson Reed. They were brawling all over the building. This led to them being broken up and then brawling backstage later on in the night. And you find out through Adam Pearce, because again, they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait. It's official. They're gonna go at it one-on-one at Crown Jewel. It's happening at Crown Jewel. And I think, honestly, Bronson Reed should get a win here. That's just me. I feel like this is more than one match. This is something for Rollins to do to end the year, a program, until we get into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you could do more than one match here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the first one, you give it to Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
What says you guys?
Yeah, I mean, the way that, Bronson Reed took him out, Rollins just can't come back and just avenge right away. He got put out by, 6 tsunamis, and he's probably going to try and do that shit again. He'll probably hit him with 3 and win the match. But, he has to overcome that whole thing. So, yeah, multiple matches is good with this feud.
What says you, Chase?
Well, we know with the Saudis, they have more control over the booking than really the bookers themselves. So I think Rollins is winning, but then Bronson Reed will win the overall feud. So I feel it's more of a Seth Rollins win at Crown Jewel.
It's possible. It's very. You make a valid point there. The Saudis do have a say in it a lot. Again, there's that one year during the Greatest Royal Rumble, they wanted them to bring in Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior, and not realizing that both guys were, deceased already. So
dead.
Make a valid point there. You make a very, very good valid point. We did have what's it called? We did have Damage Control being interviewed backstage, and then it got interrupted by Liv and Raquel. And Morgan said Nia is jealous of her, and Damage Control challenged Morgan and Rodriguez later for the night. That was fine for what it was. Even though I'm kind of not feeling the idea of Liv versus Nia going into the PLE. I'm sure the build is fine, whatever it is, right? But the match itself, the bell's going to ring and whatever happens. That's how I'm feeling more about it. I don't know about you guys when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep going. No, you can keep going. I don't think it's that important. You can keep going.
Mike, say it, Mike.
I was just basically going to say, I really didn't really dig,
What?
Well, I don't dig any of their matches they had previous before they became champions. So in the past. So,
I guess so. I just feel like 2 more is all right, they're gonna have a match, but just you're trying to crown this Crown Jewel champion. It's just them having a match. You know what I mean?
It's for this title too. I forget about that as well.
And once it's done, you just move on. All right, they go on to their separate ways, and nothing ever happened, basically.
You think so? Even with these titles?
Yeah,
for both the men and women, you think there's just whatever feud?
Those belts are staying in Saudi Arabia. You think those belts are the moment they get Saudi Arabia, they're not coming back to the States?
You don't think it'll just be one show, they'll show and then it'll disappear?
Could very well be. Maybe they'll show it, what have you. But outside of that, I mean, isn't Raw? Is it going to be live from Saudi that weekend? Isn't that week is going to be in Saudi Arabia?
I think all the shows will be Saudi shows. Next week.
So they'll just probably show them the end, and then once they get back to the States, it's over.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. We did have the first opening match. It's the World Tag Team Championship Contenders Tournament between the New Day and the Authors of Pain. I thought their match was fine for what it was, but somewhere in this match, R-Truth got involved, and it caused a distraction for the New Day to get the win. And also, Miz was at ringside as well. Miz was at ringside rocking his suit, aligning himself with Karrion Kross, and Paul Ellering and all that stuff. And after the match, they end up attacking R-Truth, right? It looked like, and then you see Xavier telling Kofi, no, why we're going to go for, why we're going to save him for what? We won. Let's move on, right? It's over with. And then the lights go out. And you know what this means already. Out comes the Wyatt Six and Uncle Howdy, and you have Bo Dowser, Uncle Howdy, who was gonna go attack the Miz, ends up attacking Paul Ellering. So from the looks of it, you're gonna have the AOP, the AOP guys and Karrion Kross, the Final Testament, going up against the Wyatt Six, which fine. It's something for them to do. I'm not really feeling it. I don't know about you guys. Like, Chase, are you feeling it?
Nah, this feud does nothing for me. I think Final Testament stinks. You guys know how I feel about the Wyatt Six. I'm never going to give them a chance. These guys can do the coolest thing ever, and I still won't buy into them. So, yeah, seems like I can fast forward through these segments from now on. So, just watch the pinfall. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel I'm in the same boat here. I feel like, again, as long as they can work with people that can fit their style of wackiness and just out there bullshit, so be it. You know what I mean? And again, they're working with Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, which being them, it's going to mean nothing.
Does nothing for you. Yeah, does nothing.
Exactly. Does nothing for them. Mike, anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, when they come out, it seems like they're just a novelty act that just every once in a while they just pop up and do what they got to do, and then they disappear for a little bit. It doesn't seem like they're real consistent with them. Is that the reason why there's like no hype around it anymore since they've been debuted?
I mean, it's just that, they're on TV, right? They do these little vignettes.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. And then the match happened. They'll have that one match or two that fine, it's passable. But then after that, like after their match with American Alpha, right? Or Alpha Academy, whatever, American Made, right? After that, it's like, now what?
Yeah.
But that's just me, of course. I mean, I don't know how you guys may feel about it, but after this, we did have we had Damage Control of obviously Io Sky and Kairi Sane go up against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. The match ended in disqualification after Jakara, Chance, and Lash Legend, who were at ringside in the front row, they ended up attacking them, being that they do have a match tonight on NXT. So there was a brawl for what it was. And be that as it may, you're not going to beat Liv Morgan. She has a match coming up in Saudi Arabia. Raquel just showed up. We're not going to beat her either, So it's fine to throw away and also factor in, Damage Control is wrestling tonight. So you want them to go in with some momentum into their match tonight where they likely are going to beat Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Anything I want to add to this?
Basic women's tag action. Nothing much.
Yeah.
No stories being told.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. No story being told at all. After this, Rhea Ripley came out to confront Morgan and Rodriguez, and Dominic made the save from Liv, from the Eradicator, but it got locked in himself in the prison trap. So there's that visual, right, of Dominic locked in the hold. So there was that also. Again, Dominic, who was not done here tonight also, like they were going to have him now face a former world champion because I guess he wants to go for the world title. So this idea that Dominic is going to be challenging for a former world champion, most likely it will be Damian Priest, considering what we saw later in the night with him and Gunther. So there's that also. We did get a video package of the War Raiders. Like again, they have a match. They're also in that that 3-way for the tag title contender. So that was cool to see. I'm happy they got their names back more than anything.
Yeah, much better than Viking Raiders for sure.
Viking Raiders. I know back then they were War Machine, right? But I'll take this. It's better than what the fuck they were doing a couple of months ago or a year ago, so whatever. So this is good
What happened to Valhalla? She's not going to be there no more. No more Valhalla. She's done.
Good question. It's a good question. I don't know. I think again, if you watch SmackDown, right? Like there's a breath of fresh air, right, with the Motor City Machine Guns on that side of the division.
Yeah.
With the War Raiders, right? War Raiders now. I'm not saying it's that, breath of fresh air, but you give them their names back and let them just do them. It's good for the division, What else happened here? We had the Judgment Day. We were backstage. They were featured, and they all seem to make fun of the idea of Dom being a world champion. But Carlito says he's going to speak to Adam Pearce about a future match, and that again, with a former world champion, right? We did get the following tag team match between Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus American Made in another contenders match. And what do you know? American Made lose. I'm not surprised here. They're being booked to be like jokes. All these vignettes that they did with them, right? After feuding with the Wide Six. And here you guys are to fucking lose again. Why should I care? Why should I care?
Yeah. It's like, I understand why LWO won here because they've been kind of feuding with the Judgment Day. So it makes sense why they win. But it's like American Made, not even threats for the tag team titles. And one of the reasons why the Creeds joined up with Chad Gable was so that way they can win. But all their wins are against Alpha Academy. That's all their major tag team wins are against Chad Gable's former team. So it's kind of a failed faction. It's kind of dead on the water. Maybe next year they can reset these four and it will be a lot better. But currently as they are, not even threats, but who knows? The tag divisions just need a lot of help. And it felt like last week they showed that vignette with Dragon Lee. He had dragon wings. It was time for him to soar. Feels like he's going to be heavily pushed pretty darn soon. So whether that's starting off as a tag team with Rey Mysterio, who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah. Move American Made to SmackDown. You could.
SmackDown, although the tag division stinks, their tag division is pretty deep. So it's like they would just get lost in the shuffle there. Raw's tag team division is just trash. It's literally Judgment Day, LWO, War Raiders. Daughters of Pain finally do shit in the tag team, but they're not doing anything. Gallows and Anderson are fucking around in NXT. And then you have American Made. SmackDown, at least you have Motor City, A-Town Down Under. Looks like Carmelo and Andrade might form the oddball tag team that they love doing with the SmackDown tag titles because every single time they look at Heath Slater, Rhino, Eddie Guerrero, Tajiri. They always find an oddball tag team to hold those tag team belts for the SmackDown run. MVP, that's the most known gimmick for those SmackDown tag titles is find two oddballs, make them into a team. So yeah, no, their division's too deep compared to the Raw tag team division, which is just barren.
Oh, of course. It's crazy. I literally forgot that Tajiri and Eddie were a tag team champions. I forgot about that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Great times.
Great times. Yeah, absolutely. We did get like I mentioned, we already mentioned right? American made to be jokes. We saw backstage Io Sky and Kyrie Sane. They were in the training room talking to Pierce. And then Carlito came in and claimed that he needed to learn how to speak Chinese. This got a lot of people upset. This got people. Yeah, look, I can't tell y'all how. We can't tell you how to feel. Right. If it bothered you, hey, it's fine.
His job.
Again, you're well within your right to feel upset about it. At the end of the day, you just move on. Look, I hope WWE's, for their sake, does something to correct themselves. Will they? I doubt it. But hey, it's not the first time, nor will it be the last time they do anything of this nature. That's all you can say about
status quo with some of this stuff. Huh?
Yeah, that's all you can say about it.
Yeah, confusing the Asians is always a joke around a lot of people. Yeah. They don't know which one is which and stuff. And it's one of those things where in a time where more people are sensitive than ever, you need to kind of read the room and know when the joke, like, trust me, if this was in the mid 2000s, no one would blink at that joke. But in this current time state, you got to understand a little bit more of people's sensitivity. Heck, even if he said, I should start learning Japanese, that would be just as funny, because then he's just trying to say, I want to talk to them in Japanese because Carlito's a ladies' man stuff. So very, very bad timing by Carlito there. Yeah, I mean, he's been a very good, funny character for WWE lately, but it's one of those jokes where it's like, honestly, if you would have said I should learn Japanese, that would have been a lot more funnier than I should learn Chinese and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
To be fair, Kairi Sane does know. Kairi Sane can speak Chinese. She is versed in Japanese, Chinese, and a bunch of other languages, apparently. So
that's wonderful. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. But Carlito's asking for a match on behalf of Dominic Mysterio. And if Dom, and basically Pierce said, all right, look, if Dom could beat a former world champion, then he would consider it. Right. So there was that. And we find out later on that, Gunther ended up accepting Cody's offer to appear on SmackDown this Friday to have a conversation, a one-on-one. And then Damian Priest walked into the room. And Priest basically said, look, I know right now you got a lot going on, but once you're done with Cody and all that stuff, I want my shot, basically. To which then Gunther just, and just walked away. I mean, look, yeah, you kind of knew in the back of your mind they were going to run this back eventually. I mean, you could run this back probably for Raw, because if the idea is that Punk, once this is done, or once Saudi Arabia is done, right, Punk comes back, right? And likely Punk and Gunther at Survivor Series, most likely. So this could be like that filler until we get there.
Yeah.
Or if not, hey, maybe Punk and Gunther at Saturday night's main event as well. It's possible too, right? Or maybe you want to do Gunther and Damian on Saturday night's main event. Who knows, really? There's so many ways you can go about it, Remember Io once snapped at a fan in NXT for telling her to go back to China. I remember
that. It was at a house show.
It was at a house show. Yeah, I remember that.
I was gonna say I don't remember that.
I do. I remember that. I think there was like a video of it. It was footage everywhere, and yeah, it's different times. That's what it is. It's different times now, basically. We did get the main event: Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker for the Intercontinental Championship. Like I mentioned earlier, I thought this match was good. Not as good as the previous match, though, in my opinion. But we already knew going in, it's only a matter of time until Solo Sikoa showed up with, obviously, the entire Blue Bloodline. And they bought tickets. They brought tickets to the show.
I thought WWE selling out. How the fuck did they buy front row tickets? How did they get hard copy front row tickets?
Maybe, I don't know.
Sold out.
Maybe SeatGeek.
You don't get hard tickets.
You'd be surprised.
You have to buy those from the ticket. You have to buy those from the ticket booth. There's no way.
Or maybe, outside maybe the Bloodline were outside the venue, and those street vendors, had extra pair of tickets. Scalpers.
No, I know what happened. This is some Make-A-Wish. Solo Sikoa, this piece of shit, stole Roman's Make-A-Wish when he had leukemia and asked for these front row tickets, and that's how he got this. This is I'm convinced this guy is a horrible human being. My tribal chief did so much for him. Even acknowledged him on Friday like a good leader would, and Solo stole his Make-A-Wish. I am pissed. I'm triggered. This guy is a menace to society, and we need him excommunicated as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Excommunication. That's it.
No one is safe, bro. Yeah. And remember, like we mentioned before, at the end of the day, you have Jey Uso to blame, but no one but himself, bro. He's the one who, again, remember last week on Raw, Jimmy showed up, tried to talk to Jey, and Jey didn't want to hear it. While no part of this was going on SmackDown. Then that last Friday, Jey shows up to SmackDown to talk to Solo. and threatened Jacob Fatu if he kept looking at him that way, he was gonna knock his ass out. So that led to all this happening. Jey Uso has no one to blame but himself at the end of the day. And again, we did get that visual. We did get the visual at one point of Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu having their face off. Like a stare down. Let me be more correct here. Which somewhere down the road, that's gonna be money. That is gonna be money. The day they have a program, whether Bron Breakker is the world champion or Jacob Fatu is the world champion, 2 years from now, whatever it may be, shut up and take my money. I'm sold. All right.
What did they say? That's gonna feed families.
Likely, yeah, it's gonna feed families, gonna feed everybody, bro. Kids, grandkids, great grandkids. No lie, Solo holding a ticket reminded me of SmackDown versus Raw 2011. Try to remember here.
Which story is that?
I forgot. Chief, if you can help me out here, what story is that? It reminded me in
was that the creative player story, or was that like one of the main wrestler stories?
Probably. Who's going to be the next member of the Bloodline? How do we book Sammy in the Bloodline story, or do they leave him out? I think
no, they need a fourth guy. So Sammy would make the most sense as the fourth guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's a storyline where Mysterio showed he has a ticket. Oh, so it's a Rey Mysterio story. Okay, it was a Rey Mysterio story.
I believe a discussion where Jack Swagger pretended to be his friend.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay.
That's a name I have not heard in a long time. I don't think any of us have. But yeah, man, look, there was a moment also in the match where Jay did the splash off the top rope after he hit the spear. And I thought, all right, this is it. It's over with. I even checked the time just to, it's like 9:50 something, like 57 or 58. No, near fall. And that's when I knew, yep, it's really going to happen. It did. Spear, 1, 2, 3. It was over with. It's Jover. Bron Breakker's once again the Intercontinental Champion. What's your thoughts on this?
Makes sense. Bron Breakker is built up as like, look, they don't know what he is, a heel or a babyface. So the first title run, they were trying to make him a big heel. Wasn't really working. Fans getting behind where are my dogs at when he asked that. So it makes sense to, kind of just say, hey, look, Jay gets a quick title run. This is how you get Jay back into the Bloodline storyline. So, now Jay has a reason to be mad at Solo, but then later on, he could also still be mad at Roman. You take Jay away from the IC title scene for a little bit. You give Jay a single title run. You created a really good moment for Monday Night Raw television. A lot of us expected Jey Uso, if he were to win the IC title, it would have been a short reign anyways. And Bron Breakker, now you can kind of figure out, what are we going to mold him as? Is he a heel or is he our baby face? Is he the guy that we want to push to, I know everyone's saying Cena at WrestleMania. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, Triple H kind of goes based off where the crowd is. Maybe Bron Breakker is the guy for Bronson Reed at WrestleMania. Maybe Bron Breakker is the guy for Gunther at WrestleMania. We don't know yet. We have to kind of wait and see. But at least this title run, you can kind of form him as not as a bad guy, as more of, like you said, the badass of what he is. And we can try to figure out from here on out. Kind of like Stone Cold, like early days Stone Cold Steve Austin. Even though he was streaming with Bret Hart, people were still cheering him. Like they didn't want to boo this guy. They thought he was cool. Even when he was feuding with Owen for the IC title, people thought he was cool. So it's one of those scenes where it's like, we can't really tell what he is until we see it play out. So we just gotta wait to see what they want to do with Bron Breakker. But I'm fine with him as IC champion. He's the first guy to hold both different variations of the IC title. The first gold and black, and now the gold and blue. So that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Mike, anything you want to add to this?
Well, I'll just reiterate from earlier. Yeah, I kind of figured that he was gonna lose the title because of the storyline that's going to take place for probably the remainder of the year for Jay. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem with Bron Breakker getting the title back. He's had decent matches with the title, and he's going to have even more decent matches with the title and better feuds. So yeah, he's gonna do great things with that new title, and that black and blue is gonna look good on him. So
yeah, for sure, dude. I'm just happy for the guy. Look, man, like I said this at the beginning of the show, both my people are champion right now. Bron Breakker, the Intercontinental champion. Candice LeRae is the first women's speed champion. Man, 2024 looking so amazing right now. I'm happy. I'm fucking happy. But again, all this is gonna lead likely for sure now Jey Uso to decide, you know what? For the greater cause, I'll reunite with my family. For this cause right now. It may not be this Friday, but soon. Very, very soon. Even though SmackDown this Friday is in Brooklyn, you would think, hey, it gets a big reaction, right, from the crowd. Maybe we get Paul Heyman first. Maybe just
you think Paul will be like, yeah, I want to come back?
Could be. Very well be.
I want to hold this thing together for a little bit until it falls back apart again.
For sure. I don't care about the Speed Women's Championship. Man, you're not the only. There's a lot of people out there who don't care about it. But I'm happy that
you can't even tell me the matches she's been having.
No, I'm afraid not. Bro. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. I'm honest about it. Cannot name you one. But I do know that she did get the winning pin on Friday on SmackDown. So good for her on that one. I think Jay screws Jacob Fatu out of the tag titles the way Motor City Machine Gun win the tag titles. Likely, yeah, he does screw the Tongans. I can see that. Very, very possible. I can see that too. And that's when Jay unites with the bloodline, the DOG bloodline. But we'll see. A lot could happen. But outside of that, again, I thought Raw was a solid show, to say the least. If I'm gonna give the show a grade, I'm gonna go with a C. Chase, what about you?
D plus.
D plus? Oh, okay. Mike, what about you?
It wasn't that good of an episode. It was there's no life. It just felt like the main event was the only thing to watch, and then the opening was really good. The main event was really good, but the rest of the show, it felt like it was a drag. Like the tag team matches did not feel like super important because, like, it's for the tag team titles, but the tag team champion, he's more focused about a singles guy right now. So I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like I just feel these crown jewels, these build up to crown jewel shows are always kind of ass, like, because they're so focused on, okay, how can we make a show? Because look, the crown jewel shows are important. I know everyone hates Saudi Arabia, but these crown jewel shows are important for WWE in terms of money. Superstars get paid a lot more for these shows, but it just feels like whatever story progression they had or stories they were trying to tell, they get put on pause for this and stuff, and then it just feels like they're just putting in as minimal effort for the weeklies because they're trying to plan the biggest show possible that'll make them a lot of money and that'll make the Saudis happy. So, yeah, it's just that the build-up for these Saudi shows are always the weakest.
Yeah. To keep you guys real quick, what's happening next week on Raw is going to be Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser this Monday on Raw. They're going to go at it again. Whoop-de-doo. Based on what happened during the American Made and LWO match, a little scuffle outside the ring. It's going to be Zelina Vega versus Ivy Nile going at it. And of course, we're gonna see who is the next number one contender for the tag team titles to face the Judgment Days of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Triple threat: the New Day versus LWO of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, and of course, the War Raiders. All that's happening next Monday on Raw. Let's see what the last comment here. Chase hit it on the exactly. hit it on the nail regarding Saudi Arabia and what it means for them to be in Saudi Arabia at the end of the day.
I think he's just talking about the weekly shows. I think that's what he was talking about. Was that it's just like these shows are just whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I think also, you know, you got to give your picks who wins for the triple threat. I could say the War Raider, but I just think it's too soon. I'll go with LWO on this one.
Yeah, I'm going with LWO. I said it on the Raw Rundown on the Trio Heat chat that they've been feuding with the Judgment Day, and it seems like Dragon Lee is a guy that they want to focus on. And if you want Finn to kind of branch out and be his own dude, it's definitely with Dragon Lee becoming a tag champ, and then they build Dragon Lee up and stuff, and then Rey Mysterio says, "Fuck you! I gotta go feud with Dom for one final time at WrestleMania," and Dragon Lee gets screwed. It's great.
Mike, what about you? Who wins next Monday?
Yeah, probably LWO. Just off the fact what Chase said, it's just a lot of momentum, and it's one person that they're going to be pushing, even though the New Day have their own story going on. But LWO looks like it's going to be them
for sure. That's going to be it for us, guys. Much love to everybody for tuning in. As always, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at 18 Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. Chase, let them know where can they check you out, man.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on X at ChaseOliver68. And then later tonight, if you guys are watching Lakers Timberwolves and you want to hear some football in the background, me and Stat King from Trio Heat Sports and Entertainment, we will be doing our Week 8 predictions for the NFL, or Week 9, whatever week we're in for the NFL. Just know we're going to be doing our predictions for that week tonight.
Sure. And Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out, man.
You can follow me on X at Detroit Gamer 313.
There you go. It's going to be it for us, guys. Again, if you have not checked out yet, we did do yesterday Steve's Kitchen. Myself and Romeo, we talked about the news regarding Samantha Irvin. We talked about Francis Ngannou, return to MMA and PFL. And, of course, Jey Uso going to SmackDown, and look what it ended up with him losing the Intercontinental title. But at the end of the day, you got to put the blame on Jey for this, 100%. For myself, for Chase, for Big Mike, for the gang, for Triple H, this has been the Raw Rundown here.
I don't think we should give Triple H a shout out. What the fuck? He's suing us.
Hey, man, look, man, just trying to make things right here, okay? This has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network.
You're not making anything right. You're making it worse for us now. Now he's going to be pissed.
Oh,